Hello everyone. So we were discussing the poem Love and Death written by Sarojini Naidu. And let's continue. So first of all, let's see what the poet says in the octave on the first part. Okay, first 8 lines. So this part is the dream. Okay, so the speaker is dreaming or she is explaining what she dreamed. Fine. And this poem is about two lovers. It talks about two lovers where one is alive and is speaking while the other one is dead. Okay, so most probably the speaker is a female. So when we read the poem, we can assume that the speaker is a female. And so let's look at the lines. And the first line says, I dream my love had set thy spirit free. Okay, see here, the speaker says that she dreamed or she wished that her lover is alive. Okay, that is, she dreamed that if her love for him could waken him from death. See, she dreamed that if her love could set him free, okay, or free him from the clutches of the death. That is what she says in the first line. And then she continues that she dreamed that her love, second line, enfranchised thee from fate's overmastering power. And then she dreamed that her love, free, enfranchised means, freed or liberated. Okay, her love freed him from fate's overmastering power, from the hands of destiny. വിധിയുടെ പിടിയിൽ നിന്നും എൻ്റെ സ്നേഹം നിന്നെ രക്ഷപ്പെടുത്തി എന്ന് ഞാൻ സ്വപ്നം കാണുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ഗേർഡ് ദൈ being with a scatheless dower. So please note the meaning of some words in that line. Girt means, fasten or tie or binding something. And scatheless means without harming or without hurting. And next one is dower, right? So dower means, സ്ത്രീധനം എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും, ഡൗറി, സ്ത്രീധനം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ജീവനാംശം എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്ന പോലെ. So look at that line. And girt thy being with a scatheless dower. And I dreamed of covering you or binding you with matchless or matchless dowry. That is the poet is saying that, I dreamed that my love is protecting you, okay, is giving you a dowry. See, what is that dowry in the next line? Of rich and joyous immortality. So I dreamt that if I could gift you immortality, ഇമ്മോർട്ടാലിറ്റി കൊണ്ട് നിന്നെ മരണത്തിൽ നിന്ന് രക്ഷിക്കാൻ പറ്റി, നിന്നെ ഒരു കവർ ചെയ്ത് പ്രൊട്ടക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയിരുന്നെങ്കിലെന്ന് ഞാൻ ഡ്രീം ചെയ്തു. ആൻഡ് നെക്സ്റ്റ്, ഓ ലവ്, I dream my soul had ransomed free. See, then she continues that, oh love, I dreamed that my soul could ransom means, paying a amount and freeing someone from captivity. Okay, so ഞാനൊരു മറുവില കൊടുത്തിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? I dreamed of freeing you from, see next line, in thy lone dread incalculable hour. See, I dreamed of freeing you from death. So here, see, death is here associated with loneliness or fear. And then the poet says that death has incalculable hour. See, death is, we can't or we can't tell the span of death. മരണം എത്രത്തോളം ദൈർഘ്യമുള്ളതാണ് എന്ന് നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. So death is said as, it has indefinite hour, or we can calculate incalculable. So death is, the span of death is incalculable. So I have freed you from all those things. That is what I dreamt. And in the next line she says, see, from those pale hands at which all mortals cower. See, I dream that I free you from those pale hands. Here, pale hands is death. Okay, see, death is personified here. And what is the speciality of that pale hands? See, from those pale hands at which all mortals cower. See, all mortals cover, that is everything that has life or every living thing, shrink in that pale hands, or shrink or ends before the death, or every living thing shrinks in that pale hands. That is the speciality of that hands, that is death. So I dream that I freed you from the hands of death, from the pale hands of death. And now look at the last line, that is the eighth line, last line of this octave. Fine. And it says, and conquered death by love like Savitri. See, I dreamed of conquering death by love, by my love like Savitri. See, the story of Savitri and Satyavan is found in Mahabharata, in Vanaparva, that is Vanaparvam, that is the book of forest. Fine. And the story is that when Satyavan died, that is, Satyavan is the husband of Savitri. When he died, Yama, due to his, due to her, that is Savitri's holiness, Yama's servants, or his, servants, they couldn't take the soul away. And finally, Yama himself came to claim the soul, and Savitri followed him to get the soul back. And Yama tried to convince her to go back, but she didn't give up. And finally, she managed to give her husband life. Okay, and Yama was impressed by her wisdom and speech, and finally, Yama blessed both Satyavan and Savitri, who were about to attain a life of 400 years. So that's the story. And here, the poet is saying that I dreamed of conquering death like Savitri. See, that is ideal concept of love, that love can conquer anything. Love can even conquer death. So now let me summarize what we have discussed so far. See, the poet dreams that her love has freed her beloved from death, and her love has given her beloved the matchless dowry of immortality. And then she dreams of, dreamed that her love has ransomed her lover from the death itself, like or how Savitri saved Satyavan from death. And we'll continue in your next class. And as your assignment for this lecture, write a short note on what all the poet dreamed of in the octave, that is the first 8 lines. Thank you so much.